Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 1208 Stonehaven Court here in West Lynn. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the house. So we are to the right of the front doorway. There's this little popped out spot. It's kind of tucked into the bushes here, but you've got a 3-inch ABS cleanout that lines up with the middle of that perfectly. And this thing sticks quite a ways out of the ground. Can't miss it. We'll revisit that there on the way out. Looks like you may have a root punching through the standpipe. I'm going to clean some cobwebs off the camera lens here really quick. Anyway, on the drop down there, that looked a lot less like cobwebs. That one of those locations there, it looked a lot more like roots got through. Yeah, those are roots there for sure. Anyway, what's happened either, at some point in time, it's very possible it could have happened during the construction process, honestly. Come on, camera. Get a crack in the pipe. When the line's first being installed, sometimes it happens just from the sheer power of the roots, but they crack their way through that thing. Anyway, we're going to zero out here. Off we go. Anyway, we'll come back to that and talk about that at the end of the video. Luckily, the roots as they sit right now are in the standpipe only. It's merely the clean-out access portion of the line. That's not a functional part of the sewer line. It just provides access to it. So, unless those roots have the ability to grow all the way down into the actual sewer pipe, they're not really going to do anything at all. After 13 years of doing this, it's certainly not my first set of roots I've ever seen in a clean out. It happens. And rarely do they ever get to a point where they, especially when they're that high above the flow line, because of where they're located, they're not easily able to get to sewage for nutrients. And so they rarely amount to much, other than some small root hairs poking through. I've only had maybe 1 or 2 of those over the years that actually ran the risk of causing a problem. And they're usually ones they're punching into the line really, really close to where the sewer line connection is, where it actually tees onto the top of the pipe. So right here we are transitioning over to 4-inch 3034 PVC pipe. The sewer line itself thus far looks fantastic. Absolutely spotless clean. And usually what gets a line that clean and keeps it that clean, aside from, maybe someone did a hydrojet on this thing just to be nice and clean it up for the buyers, is not putting cooking oil and grease down your line. Made it. All right, here's the main here at about, we'll call it 90 feet. We're close enough. We're going to go locate really quick here while the pipe drains out, and we'll pull back and take another look. Alrighty, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates out on Stonehaven. So as you face the house from the street, line pops out just to the right of the doorway. It then veers under the driveway. And if you're again facing the house from the road, the driveway, if you're looking up it, it's divided into 3 columns. You've got the left, middle, and right side rows of concrete squares. Where that locate came in at the street lined up perfectly with the seam between the middle and the right side columns of concrete squares there. Again, it gives you an idea. The line gets across about basically 2/3 the way across the driveway and then turns and shoots out to the road. And if you want to keep your line this clean, and this is immaculate, it all comes down to how you treat it, and it by and large starts and ends at the kitchen sink drain. If you can keep your cooking oil, grease, fats in general out of that drain, you can keep your line this clean. That's the #1 thing, and about the only thing that gunks your line up end to end with a layer of debris. Obviously, you want to keep stuff like wipes and paper towels out of the line. Flushable wipes too, they're no good. What I found after 13 years is that it is often grease buildup in conjunction with sometimes a structural issue, and a lot of times structural issues like bellies and things like that don't end up causing a problem until someone abuses the line. Gets a bunch of grease buildup in there and then flushes a big giant wad of toilet paper down the line, a big ball of it, or worse, paper towels, and that's what ends up sealing the deal and causing a blockage. No, that's the best thing you can do to maintain good flow through your line, especially if you have little people in the house that are still learning how to fold their toilet paper. I like to point it out when people are doing things right. This is a magnificent example of that. And at the beginning there, I already got a shot looking back through the foundation wall. You can see I had a little trouble getting the camera started out the right direction. I've already seen back through there. That drains off fine. So the only thing we have going on with the line here, and it's not even really part of the sewer line, is the clean out standpipe. I will recommend you fix it, but just understand that is right now mostly just purely a preventative measure. The likelihood of those roots, and these roots have likely been here for many years at this point. It's unlikely that they're ever going to be able to grow to the point where they get down into the flow line. It's a pretty deep sewer line. They'd have to grow down their ways. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pull the camera out here. And that right there is a little piece of tree debris. I'm working around this darn tree here. Yeah, so that is... I'm going to get back here. Let me re-zero. Yeah, we're talking barely a foot down from the and I just zeroed my foot counter at the top of the clean out. The clean out sticks out of the ground here like 6 inches or better. So that does not appear to be much deeper than about 6 to 8 inches under the surface of the dirt. As far as the sewer line itself goes, great flow end to end. Every inch of that piece of pipe there looks great. Both the ABS and PVC, all of it's in good shape, superbly clean, and has great flow. I could not nitpick that thing if I tried to, aside from the clean out access. So normally I recommend you rescope the sewer line after repairs are done. In this case, I think you could probably about accomplish it by just putting a cell phone camera up to the clean out and then flashing it with putting the flash on. You'll probably be able to see it was fixed. Yeah, sewer line is functioning properly at this time. Aside from the roots in the clean out, that is about as good as a sewer scope can go right there. You rarely get a structurally magnificent looking line with that much fall to it. This thing is cruising. It's going down such a steep grade. You rarely get a line that's also that clean on top of it. So you kind of got the trifecta on everything here.